Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side. Today we got ourselves a movie review of The Predator, directed by Shane Black. So, long story short, a predator comes to Earth and is tracked down by Super Predator. He's called a few different things throughout the movie, including Bigger Predator and Upgrade Predator. I just called him Super Predator because it's a lot easier. I really like how this movie did not wimp out and get a PG-13 rating because it's okay to have action movies with blood, gore, and swears, and Hollywood seems to finally be embracing R-rated movies again thanks to Deadpool and Logan and other movies like that, and this movie earns that R rating just off of the language alone. The action is plenty fun and gory, and the famous Predator theme is back as well, which is always great to hear. The movie is surprisingly really funny too, and I'm not just talking about like one-liner action movie, oh ha ha kind of moments. No, there are some genuinely funny moments in here. Most of them come from this group of ex-soldiers called the Loonies. These guys are funny as shit, and they are the best characters in the movie by far. Olivia Munn plays a scientist who turns out to be kind of a badass. Yeah, when the Predator gets captured and he's trying to escape from this secret facility, she doesn't hesitate to go after it to try and trank it. She runs up the rooftop and even jumps onto a moving bus. Now, granted, that does feel like it comes a little out of left field because all we know about her up until that point is that she's a scientist. It would have been better if it was explained that maybe she had some kind of military background so she knows how to handle herself in situations like this, but it's not really a big deal because she's a strong female presence in the movie amongst the cast that's made of mostly dudes. The movie is very fast-paced, it delivers plenty of action and one-liners to go around. Shane Black has a very rich history of being a part of these entertaining R-rated movies, you know, having written a couple of the Lethal Weapon films and even starring in the original Predator, so he really knows what he's doing with movies like this. Even though that does mean some elements of the story do fall a bit flat, we'll get into that later. So we do get two different Predators in the movie, a normal Predator and Super Predator, and Super Predator is supposed to be this bigger, scarier, more threatening presence than a normal Predator, but the regular Predator is far scarier than Super Predator because regular Predator is a practical effect. He's a guy in a suit. He's actually there in the scene with the actors. He moves properly within the scene because he's actually on set and being captured in camera. The Super Predator, on the other hand, is completely CG and he looks like total crap. His movements don't match the physical world at all because they are just way too smooth. It just does not look right when he's standing next to a character that's moving at the proper 24 frames a second. So Super Predator is a product of hybridization, basically taking all this different DNA from other different creatures and fusing it with their own, and it really just does not amount to much in the movie. Its only purpose there is to have the movie be like, hey guys, look, it's the Predator, and then be like, nah dog, Super Predator. And Super Predator just doesn't seem that much harder to kill than a regular Predator, so the stakes really just aren't that much higher than if it was just regular Predator again. Okay, so my last couple points do kind of tread into spoiler territory here, so if you don't want to hear too much information about this movie, then just skip ahead to this time code here. But otherwise, let's continue. So, yeah, apparently Predator dogs are a thing. Yeah, so Super Predator brings a couple of these Predator dogs with him to kind of track down different characters and stuff, and they behave exactly like regular dogs. They play fetch, they kill, and they're just a lot uglier than regular dogs. I was definitely on the brink of having some Hulk 2003 flashbacks, what with the whole Hulk poodles thing, but to be honest, Predator dogs are freaking cool. I want a Predator dog, that'd be amazing, because he can play fetch, and then he can kill my enemies. He's like the perfect companion. The ending frickin' sucks. So the whole point of Super Predator coming after this one Predator is that this Predator brought this special device with him to Earth so that the humans could use it against Super Predator, but then we don't hear much about it for most of the movie, and they introduce it at the very last scene, after they've already killed Super Predator, and it's basically just this special Iron Man suit that looks like a Predator. Why couldn't they introduce that a couple scenes beforehand when they actually needed to still kill Super Predator, which is the point of its creation? It's just one of those things, story-wise, that just completely falls apart and is just completely forgotten about. So the ending's like, oh shit, we totally forgot about this plot point, we better just throw it in the ending. Real quick like. So with all my complaints here, you might think I didn't like this movie, but no. I did. I had a lot of fun with it. It's very entertaining. The action is good for the most part. I just wish the story could have been more fleshed out and Super Predator could have been a lot more intimidating and a more imposing threat than he actually was. So all in all, The Predator is a fun, entertaining, bloody, turn-off-your-brain R-rated action movie with some really funny characters, and if you just want to go escape for a couple hours, then this movie's for you. So, those are my thoughts on The Predator. If you guys have seen this movie, or maybe you just feel like they should have made Alien vs. Predator 3, let me know down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.